The emergency klaxons aboard the Galactic Harmony pierced through the ship's corridors like the death screams of a dying star. Commander Zixtal's 4 eyes dilated in terror as the sensor readings flooded his console readings that shouldn't have been possible in this sector of space. "By the ancient void," whispered Lieutenant K. Resch, her tentacles quivering uncontrollably. "It's a Shadow Maw devourer." The bridge fell silent, except for the rhythmic beeping of life support systems. Every alien crew member from the crystalline Vorthax to the gaseous Nebulan Collective recoiled from the main view screen as it displayed the creature drifting toward their vessel. The Shadow Maw devourer was legend made manifest. 40 meters of writhing darkness, with countless rows of teeth that could shred through quantum steel, and eyes like dying nebulae that drove lesser species to madness. Its very presence bent space-time around it, creating gravitational anomalies that had swallowed entire fleets. The Galactic Council had classified it as a Class X II extinction-level entity, a designation reserved for beings capable of ending civilizations. "All hands, prepare for immediate hyperspace jump," Commander Zixtal commanded, his voice crackling with barely contained panic. "Maximum burn. Now?" "Sir," called out Engineer P. Laxon from the engine bay. "The creature's gravitational field is interfering with our jump drives. We're trapped." The Shadow Maw drew closer, its massive form undulating through the void with predatory grace. Ancient texts spoke of these beings as the universe's immune system creatures that emerged when the cosmic balance was threatened, devouring everything in their path until equilibrium was restored. "Captain," came a calm voice from the back of the bridge. "Mind if I take a look at our visitor?" Every head, tendril, and optical sensor turned toward the speaker. Human Sarah Martinez stood casually by the observation deck, her hands tucked into the pockets of her maintenance coveralls. As the ship's cultural liaison, a diplomatic position created after humanity's recent admission to the Galactic Federation, she was technically a civilian observer. "Human Sarah," Commander Zixtal's voice rose 3 octaves. "That is, a Shadow Maw devourer. Your species may have survived the trial of cosmic horror with unprecedented scores, but this creature has devoured entire star systems." Sarah shrugged and approached the view screen. The Shadow Maw had stopped its advance and seemed to be studying the ship with its ancient, terrible intelligence. "Yeah, it's definitely a big one. Mind if I suit up and go say hello?" The bridge erupted in a cacophony of alien distress calls. Lieutenant K. Resch fainted, her tentacles going limp. The Nebulan Collective briefly destabilized into component gases before reforming in a far corner of the bridge. "Absolutely not." Commander Zixtal slammed his primary appendage on his command chair. "Human, your species' reputation for befriending dangerous fauna is well documented, but this is suicide." Sarah was already heading toward the airlock. "I'll just be a minute. Keep the coffee warm." 10 minutes later, the crew watched in horrified fascination as a tiny human figure in a standard EVA suit floated toward the cosmic nightmare. The Shadow Maw's head, easily the size of a small moon, turned to track the approaching speck. Sarah's voice crackled over the comm. "Hey there, gorgeous. Aren't you a beautiful boy?" The creature's massive eye focused on her, and reality seemed to bend around its gaze. On the bridge, several crew members began weeping uncontrollably at the existential horror radiating from the being. "Oh, you're just lonely, aren't you?" Sarah's voice remained cheerfully conversational, floating around in all this empty space. "When's the last time someone gave you proper attention?" To the utter disbelief of every alien aboard the Galactic Harmony, Sarah reached out and gently placed her gloved hand on what appeared to be the creature's snout. The Shadow Maw went completely still. "Sarah," Commander Zixtal's voice was barely a whisper. "What are you doing?" "Just giving him some pets." Look at this belly. Sarah had somehow maneuvered herself to the creature's underside, where rows of smaller appendages created what could generously be called a stomach. Who's a good cosmic horror? Who's a good boy? The impossible happened. The Shadow Maw, devourer, slayer of civilizations, ender of worlds, nightmare of the deep void, began to emit a sound that could only be described as purring. Its massive form relaxed, gravitational anomalies smoothing out as it rolled slightly to give Sarah better access to its belly. "This is impossible," breathed Lieutenant K. Resch, who had regained consciousness. "The Shadow Maw is entropy incarnate. It cannot experience contentment." Sarah's laughter echoed through the comm system as she continued administering belly rubs to the universe's most feared predator. "You guys really need to learn about animal psychology. Most aggressive behavior comes from stress or territorial anxiety. This big guy just needed some affection." The Shadow Maw's purring intensified, creating harmonic resonances that made the ship's hull vibrate pleasantly. Its eyes, previously burning with cosmic malevolence, now held an expression remarkably similar to that of a content cat. "Incredible," murmured Dr. Thelix, the ship's enobiologist. "The creature's hostile energy patterns are completely neutralized. In fact, it appears to be generating positive harmonic frequencies that are actually beneficial to surrounding space-time." After 20 more minutes of what Sarah called quality bonding time, she gave the Shadow Maw a final pat and pushed off gently. The creature watched her retreat with what could only be described as affection, then slowly turned and glided away into the cosmic deep, but not before letting out one last universe-shaking purr. Back aboard the ship, Sarah removed her helmet and found herself surrounded by staring aliens. "How?" asked Commander Zixtal simply. Sarah grinned. "Back on Earth, we have a saying, every good boy just needs belly rubs." Apparently, that holds true across the galaxy. As the Galactic Harmony resumed its course, the crew made a note in their cultural database. Humans possess an inexplicable ability to pacify cosmic horrors through the application of affectionate touching to their abdominal regions. This behavior should be studied further, though volunteer researchers are currently unavailable. Sarah returned to her quarters, already planning to submit a proposal for the galaxy's first cosmic creature therapy program. After all, if one belly rub could prevent galactic extinction, imagine what a whole petting zoo could accomplish.